Shootings, ram raids, car thefts, serious crimes in quick succession, all happening in South East Queensland. The top brass is trying to reassure us it's part of a normal cycle, but the police union says offenders are becoming more brazen and policing needs to change in Queensland to stop them. Kathy McLeish reports.
It's been an extraordinary week in Queensland. After months of crime with as many as 190 smash and grab robberies across the South East, Police Task Force Kilo Perpetual unleashed a highly public crackdown on crime. Police believe as many as 40 arrests could be made. And in the midst of that, 2 people were shot dead. In Rochedale on Brisbane's south side, a 56-year-old man was killed during a violent home invasion. And then last night, just 6 kilometres away at 8 Mile Plains.
About 7:15 p.m. this evening, police were called to the Warrigal Park shopping centre re a man who was shot in the car park.
The 22-year-old died in hospital. For many, it was all too close to home.
With the shooting the night before in Rochedale, it's sort of pretty scary, you know, it's unbelievable. You know, sort of thing that you'd expect to happen in America, not in Australia.
Obviously these two matters in consecutive days are of great concern to us. Murder is clearly the most serious crime on the statute books.
Police were quick to respond, establishing another task force, this time to investigate the shootings, and moving to reassure the community.
Certainly none of us would want to see what's happened in the last week sustained as a regular occurrence. We'll have ebbs and flows, and what we're seeing at the moment is a peak. What's of concern to us, of course, is that that peak doesn't continue.
In July last year, there was a similar wave of crime on the Gold Coast, with more than 50 armed hold-ups and 2 shooting deaths, including that of Police Constable Damien Leading. Police Commissioner Bob Atkinson says a firearms investigative team has taken 39 firearms off the streets and arrested 59 people since January.
The situation with firearms crime is something we monitor closely. Anecdotally, it does seem as though there's been an increase in recent times. However, it's certainly not out of control and it's certainly manageable. Each year in Queensland, and this has been consistent now for many, many years, we have about 50 to 60 murders. In my view, our people do a fine job, and in fact some years they have a 100% clean-up rate and clear-up rate for homicide, which is one of the best clear-up rates anywhere in the world.
Police Minister David Gibson says investigators will be given all the support they need.
If the Police Commissioner asks for those additional resources, I will ensure that we're able to provide them so that we can get the weapons off the streets.
This is a serious matter, and it has taken 3 to 4 months for the police service to now establish a 15-person squad to tackle this issue. This should have happened 3 months ago. We've lost our way. We've become a nightmare in relation to bureaucracy. Let's cut the red tape and get back to basics.
Criminologist Professor Lorraine Mazerol says police are on the right track with the current approach. And while more police resources would help, it's only part of the solution. She says crime increases during tough economic times.
And so where there's a evidence base for good police practice, directed patrols, hotspots patrolling, problem-oriented policing, when police partner with other government agencies to bring a more holistic approach to dealing with crime problems, we know that that potential escalation in crime can be softened.
The state government has made it clear it will look at a range of crime prevention strategies, but Professor Mazerol has concerns about one of its key plans for curbing crime.
The LNP is committed to a boot camp style program for young offenders to actually break the cycle of their involvement in criminal activities and give them some responsibility, give them some opportunity to actually be successful in other parts of their lives. Those programs have been shown to work in other parts of the world, and we're certainly committed to rolling them out here in Queensland.
The international research literature, not just one study, it's multiple studies that are all combined together to look at what's the overall effect size, shows that the recidivism of those offenders going through boot camps does not go down after going through boot camps, but actually increases.
Either way, the new government is keen to show it's tough on crime.
It's a very clear message that we're sending to the criminals. We are going to get tough on crime, we are going to get tough on illegal firearms, and we'll ensure that they are not able to wreak havoc in Queensland.